In this video, I'm going to explain to you why the 9 to 5 workforce was not designed for women like me and you. Especially if you've ever felt like I'm just super exhausted. I know that my colleagues are super good at this job and they're showing up every day, giving their all, and I'm just here literally getting by and just trying to survive the days. This video is for you because I am going to explain to you in a very logical way why it's not weird that you feel freaking miserable in your 9 to 5 job. It's not weird that you feel like some days you just cannot show up to work, especially when you're on your reds, okay? The thing is, I can get into the whole discussion of why the 9 to 5 was created and why women at some point started joining the workforce, etc. By that, I mean the corporate workforce, okay? I mean, ever since we've existed, women and men have always worked side by side to, feed their families, look after the household, and do all these things. That has always existed. But when I say workforce, I mean the corporate workforce. So, reason number one, you, compared to men, you have a 28-day cycle, whereas men have a 24-hour cycle. This means that men literally wake up in the morning, they have peak energy levels, they go to work, they grind, they hustle, they give their all, and then in the evening, their energy levels go down, and then they go to sleep, and the next morning they wake up fully recharged again. And this is a cycle that never ends, okay? Whereas women, we have a 28-day cycle, which means this whole fluctuation of energy that I just explained about men, we have that too. But the thing is, it's stretched out across 28 days, which means that you'll have a week where you feel super energized, super creative, super fun, whatever. And then you'll have a week in the month where you don't feel like doing shit. You feel low in energy. You feel ugly. So if that's the case, whose dumbass idea was it that us women who have a 28-day energy cycle at the same exact level, at the same level of output as men do, when they get fully recharged within the next day? It just doesn't make any sense. So if you've ever felt jealous of how men can do all these things and get all these things done in such a short period of time, 30 days a month, 365 days a year, you know that there's nothing wrong with you as a person. You are just not built that way. And that doesn't make you less competent or less worthy than a man. It's just simply the way you're built. And you can see it however you like, actually. That's just a perspective thing. But when it comes to the actual truth, that is how you are built. So my point with this really is that I don't want you to feel guilty, first of all. I don't want you to bash yourself for not being able to show up at your 100% on certain days, because that is literally how your physiology is built. There's not much you can do about it, sis. That the 9 to 5 corporate workforce is just not suitable for women. I mean, it definitely wasn't suitable for me. I remember when I used to work as a teacher, I was so exhausted and stressed out that my whole face started breaking out. Like I had never had acne or breakouts in my whole entire life. All of a sudden, my whole face was like breaking out. And that was a problem. And that made me realize, okay, well, something is like very wrong here. My life looks good on the outside, but internally, I'm clearly not doing well. And also something else, chances are very high that you might get punished for the fact that you are a woman and you have certain needs, especially for the fact that you have a 28-day energy cycle. And on certain days, especially when you're on your reds, you cannot show up at 100%, okay? For example, me, I remember when I was working as a teacher, one day I woke up from sleep with excruciating cramps, which I usually get on my first day of my reds. And I called my boss. I was like, hey, I know I have sick leave days. I think that's what they called it. I know I have a few of those left and I want to use one of those days today because I am not feeling well at all. I cannot come to work today, just letting you know. And she was like, why didn't you tell me sooner? I said, how am I supposed to tell you sooner? I literally woke up this morning and realized like there was no way for me to tell you sooner. And she's like, nah, I don't care. Should have told me sooner. And then that month, she goes ahead and cuts my salary. I remember precisely how pissed off I was. It wasn't even about the money. That little amount of money that she cut from my salary, it wouldn't have made me rich anyway, so it was okay. But it was the idea that she was punishing me for something that I clearly had no control over. And she was a woman herself, by the way. She should have understood, if anyone. But no, I had to be penalized simply for being on my freaking period. So those are all the reasons why I think that the 9 to 5 workforce was not created for women. Honestly, sis, if you doubt this for 1 second, which I don't think you do, but if you do, ask 10 women in your life, okay? Pick 10 random women in your life who have 9 to 5 corporate jobs and ask them, if you had the choice and the means, would you quit your job tomorrow if you could? Watch how most of them would say yes. Gladly, even. That's just the sad truth. Now, with this message, I absolutely do not mean that you as a woman should not be doing anything with your life. You should not have your own income. You should not do something with your life. That is absolutely not what I mean. If anything, I am the #1 person who's going to encourage you to do all those things for yourself. I do it for myself. You should too. What I'm simply bashing here is the system of the 9 to 5. I don't think that sort of rigid, strict schedule goes well with our well-being, with our energy levels, and just our sense of creativity and fun and adventure and all these things that us women inherently have. It's just that it's been so suppressed and dumbed down for so long because of all the schedules, all the obligations, all the commuting to work, back and forth, all that kind of bullshit. It's been suppressed. And I think our job is to simply find our way back to that. And you can, if you want to. So if you like this kind of stuff, please leave a comment below. Tell me about your own experience, if you have any, if you agree with this video, if you don't agree with this video. I'm open to any sort of comments. Leave it down below. Just give me some type of signal that people are watching this video and they like it or hate it. As I said, both are welcome. I just need something. And as always, ladies, stay hot, be smart.